Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Miss Phoebe. In this video, as you can see from the screen, my presentation will be talking about the history of Brazilian tourism, and yeah, we're just I'm just gonna dig more about tourism in Brazil. So first thing first, we need to know about how is tourism in Brazil. Well, in Brazil, tourism is becoming a major industry. Rio de Janeiro and Sao Paulo are two of the most visited destinations in the country. While Brazil, they offering visitors a fabulous peek into the complex heritage and natural spectacle of Brazil. And before, traditionally, the Brazilian politicians saw travel and tourism industry as an unnecessary luxury. So they tended to see it that tourism is tourism is unnecessary for the country. But fortunately, the view had changed since it it is becoming a major industry. And yeah, uh, well, since it became so big in in the early 1990s, about 6 million jobs were linked to Brazil's travel and tourism industry. And for information, Brazil is the most visited country in the continent of South America today. The industry, the tourism, is one of the country's biggest employers and key to the economy of uh, several regions of Brazil. Next. Well, what made what made the tourism in Brazil became so big? Well, Brazil has ecotourism. Um, so yeah, since the United Nations sponsored Rio Earth Summit in 1992, and because of the abundance and accessibility of many of its natural attractions, Brazil has become acclaimed for its increasing focus on ecotourism. But we need to know what is ecotourism first. So, based on the International Ecotourism Society, it can be defined as responsible travel to natural areas that conserve the environment, sustains the well-being of the local people, and involves in uh, interpretation and education. Well, why is it important? Why is ecotourism is important? Because the principles of ecotourism are beneficial for the world as a whole. Well, the benefits are ecotourism is focuses on pristine natural environments. Ecotourism builds cultural and environmental awareness, and ecotourism also encourages positive experience for visitors as well as hosts, and there are many more actually. Well, so yeah, the Brazilian government has uh, prioritizing the ecotourism. Well, this means that service providers and locals, in addition to those visiting the destinations, uh, are aware of and actively promoting the tourism that doesn't harm the environment. And yeah, it doesn't harm the environment or its resources. In fact, support of and participation in some of the attractions um, and activities actually aid the local communities to preserve and protect the plants, the animals, and uh, the landscapes around them for the future enjoyment of the new generations. Next. So in 1992, back then in 1992, there were 2.2 2,235,000 passengers flew to Brazil. And the next year, in 1993, uh, the passengers were increasing. There were they were one there were about 1.6 million passengers visited Brazil at the moment. So you can see that the tourism industry became so big in uh, the country. Yeah, and as so we have already known that Brazil is focusing in the ecotourism. Well, of course, Brazil has several main natural attractions such as the Amazon rainforest, the Pantanal wetlands, and the Brazilian Atlantic island, and etc. And uh, these are the photos or the pictures of those main natural attractions. This is the Amazon. This is the Amazon rainforest. It also, you can see the Amazon river, and these two are just another tourist attractions. Well, you can see in the left side, miss, it's the super famous I think tourist attractions in Brazil, which is the Jesus Christ statue, and it's called Cristo Redentor and Corcovado, located in Rio de Janeiro, and as well as Sugarloaf, uh, also located in Rio de Janeiro. So yeah, I think that's all about my presentation, the history of tourism in Brazil. I hope um, I hope you enjoyed the presentation, and I hope that my presentation gives gives you some important informations about the tourism in Brazil. Thank you so much, and